Good
How are
morning.
you?
I'm doing great. And you?
I'm doing well. Thank you. It's good to see you.
Good to see you from me.
Good, good. I was looking forward to this conversation for a while. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Perfect, perfect. Well, Cris, I just wanted to start off because I know you well, but the individuals listening to this interview or watching it later, they don't know you as well as I do. So, would you mind introducing yourself? Where are you from? Tell us something about you.
Yes, I am Brazilian. Um, I'm married. I have a daughter, and um, I'm studying English for
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm.
And a month, uh, 3 months ago, I started to work with children with language English.
Oh,
So,
wow. So you're
so I'm
teaching them
very.
English?
I can see. I mean, I'm starting in this profession.
Nice. How old are they?
5 years until 9 years. It means
Wow. Very nice.
beginning children.
Very nice. Very nice. I love it. I love it. I want to know more about that. So we'll get into that as well. So, Cris, let me ask this. Do you have a hobby? Again, now we know that you're Brazilian, you're married, you have a daughter, and you're starting to teach English to children. Do you have a hobby?
Yes, yes. I my free time I like to do crochet.
Crochet. Nice.
Yeah,
Wow.
I started watch on YouTube videos
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube,
Uh-huh.
and I started to do a small pieces, and now I did a bag, a carpet, a small carpet, and I like so
Wow.
much.
Amazing. And you learned from YouTube.
Yes, on YouTube.
Wow. You learned from a YouTube video. Amazing. Amazing. All right. So now I want to ask you this. I'm smiling very hard because I remember the very first time I met you, Cris, and to see you now and you're so comfortable and confident, not pausing and speaking. So I'm excited for you. But let me ask you this, Cris. Can you tell everyone, when did you start studying English and why did you choose to start studying English?
I I started to studying 20 years ago, but
Wow.
I I studied in the university. I made some course, and after that I enrolled in the university.
Uh-huh.
But when I finish my university, I don't feel so confident to speak. So I put it away and I
Mhm.
do another thing.
Uh-huh.
And in the 2020, I started to watch you on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
So I decided to enroll in the course speaking like a native,
Uh-huh.
and I feel different. I started
Mhm.
to speak more. I I think my confidence is
Mhm.
better now.
I love that. I love that. I love that. So let me ask you this. So I can tell again now you feel more confident speaking in English. You're speaking with me. We're having a great conversation. Can you tell me right now what's the hardest thing for you? You're confident, you can speak in English confidently, but what's the hardest thing about studying English for you? What's the
In this
hardest thing?
moment, I think is to find the time
Mm,
because
mm.
my life is very fast. I have a lot of things to do in my day, but I think it's time.
Yeah, I think it's time. So let me
Mhm.
ask you this then, about how much time do you spend studying English now? How much time are you able to study English?
1 hour
And that, okay,
during the day.
okay, okay, good, good. Well,
Mhm.
then let me ask this then. What do you enjoy the most about studying English?
I love it all related to English. Uh, Especially your videos, because
Oh,
your way, the way you speak, the way you learn it, for me is very interesting. It is not a hard time. It's a enjoy time for me.
that's good. You know, that makes me happy whenever I hear someone say that, like an English learner or somebody that's already in our family, say that I actually enjoy studying English. I really think
Yes,
you can enjoy it. So I'm happy to hear that. I'm really happy
you
to hear
really
that.
enjoy.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned a few moments ago, Cris, that you enrolled in the Speak English Like a Native program, right? Right now, you're still in that program, still in that membership. Why did you choose that program? Why did you choose, hey, speak English like a native? I want to get in that program. Why did you choose that program?
I think because I was many years struggling with to speak, and I can't.
Mm,
I I read, I write, but I can't speak. So
mm.
the name of the course, speaking like a native, uh, um, like how can I say, call my attention.
Caught your
So
attention. Very good.
yes, so I decided to enroll in this course because I think I want to speak like a native.
Yes,
I lost many time to try it, and I can't. Now is my time.
I love it. You know, I was talking to one of our other family members, Alida, I think you know Alida
Yeah,
Guadia, yeah. And
yeah.
she actually told me yesterday, she told me, Cris, that an American walked up to her and said, wow, you speak English like a native. So it's possible. So I know people are thinking the same too when they come to you. So good. I'm definitely happy you chose that. Um, what have you enjoyed the most about being a part of our family? Like we call ourselves the family. What have you enjoyed the most about being a part of our family? You're not just watching me on YouTube. Now you are
Mm-hmm.
in the program with the other students, other members. What do you enjoy the most about being a part
I
of the
think
family?
I think is to meet a lot of people around the world,
Mm,
to make a friends. For example, now I have a number for another student. We speak in another topic, another aspect. So it is very fantastic.
oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Good. So, okay, you've been with me for a long time, and you just mentioned earlier that you're able to study an hour a day because you know you're busy, you're married, you have a daughter, and you're helping little children learn English.
Yeah.
So, how do you currently study English? I know you have an hour, but how do you currently study? Is it in the morning? Is it in the evening? Is it with your
In
cell phone? Or how do you study?
the morning, and especially on the phone.
Yeah. So tell us in the morning, lay that out for us. Describe what happens in the morning.
Because it is the time I am alone. My children are at school, and my husband uh, he's working. So this time is only for me. So I I put 1 hour in this morning to study English.
Nice. I like it. I like it. So do you normally like write it in your notebook? Do you just watch the videos in the academy or what do you normally do? Is it
Yes, I had a book. I listen video book, audio books,
good?
and I watch a series. I I try to walk in different way to learning.
I like that. I think that's very important, Cris. I like that you said that. It's not just one way. You're kind of studying English, many different aspects of English. That's very good. I
Yeah.
like that. I like
Mm-hmm.
that. So, Cris, how has your life changed after speaking English?
I think I thought in the past that it's not impossible. I I I was watching other people speaking. I thought, oh my goodness, why I can do it?
Mm,
So now I observe that it is possible. My our life is changing 100%.
Yeah, it's
It's
changed.
changed a lot.
Yeah. So tell me the top 3 ways it's changed. Tell me something that has changed. The top 3 ways your life has changed because of English. I already know you're smiling hard. So what are the top 3 ways?
My confidence,
Mm,
my profession, because
oh.
I finished my university at almost 20 years ago, and
Mm.
I don't work in this area because I don't feel confident. Now this my profession is changed. And the third, my shyness,
Yeah,
because uh, I don't feel comfortable to talk around many people, so it stands a lot.
I like that. I'm so proud of you. I remember you were shy when we first met. So I'm so proud of you. Now I want to ask you a little bit more about each of those. So, well, the first one you said was confidence, right? Now, you said confidence. Is it confidence in general, even in your own language? Now you feel more confident?
Sorry, repeat, teacher.
Sure, no problem, no problem. You mentioned that you feel a lot more confident, right?
Yeah,
Now,
right.
that confidence, is it only when you speak English, or have you noticed that even when you speak in your own language, you feel a bit more confident?
Oh, yes, of course. It stands
Mm,
in my our language as well.
as well. Why do you think that's the case? Why do you think, you're learning English and you feel more confident speaking English? How do you think that happened? Now, not just being confident speaking English, but now in your own language, speaking Portuguese, you have a lot more confidence. Why do you think that happened?
I think I believe that if I want to do something and you put your
Yes.
effort in that, you can achieve your goal. So I feel that it is possible for me.
Amazing. I love that response. Yes. You put your effort in, you put your mind to it, you can do anything. I love that. Now, the
Yeah.
second thing you said was your profession. And this is something that blows my mind as well. Now, when you were in university, Cris, what was your major? What did you study in university?
I study Portuguese and English.
Portuguese and English. Now, I just want
Yeah.
to make sure everyone heard what you said. You said that you graduated almost 20 years ago from university, but you weren't teaching English because you didn't feel confident, right?
Yes. Right.
Now, after getting married, having a child, almost 20 years later, after studying, my program and studying the videos, your confidence level increased so much.
Yes. Yes.
Teaching children, Cris, like, I am so excited for you. Like, I never want you to forget this moment or this feeling. Like, you're amazing. Like, you're teaching English to children. That's amazing,
Yes.
Cris.
I thought it is impossible. I
Mm,
really forgot this part of my life because
mm,
I I gave up
mm.
because I think it's not impossible. But right now, I think I can do it.
I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. If you're not watching this and you're listening to the podcast, I have a huge smile on my face, but those that are watching, you can tell. Now, the third thing you said, Cris, you said your shyness. And I want everyone watching and listening to this conversation to understand something. Cris is studying English. English is a language, but it can literally transform your life. Being shy, you can be from America, from Brazil, from Japan, Korea, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. That's something that happens.
Mhm.
But because you can speak English now, all of a sudden you're not as shy. Tell me some more about that. Tell me some more about that.
For example, I have a group of my church,
Mm,
and in this group, I many times I speak to all of the members of the group
mm,
without shyness. I'm feel
wow.
confident to speak in my own language. I can to leader the the meeting of the group of my church.
Wow. Wow. So you went from being shy and now you're a leader because you have this confidence. I'm so
Yeah.
happy for you. I'm so happy for you, Cris. I'm so happy for you. Okay, amazing. So again, you said confidence, profession, and shyness. So I was gonna ask you how you've changed since studying in the academy, but you've already answered that question because you've changed so much. It's like there's a word we use in English, you've blossomed. Like a flower, flowers are kind of together when they're, in their early stages, and then all of a sudden they open up and blossom and become this beautiful flower. I feel like I'm watching that happen to you. So amazing,
Yes.
amazing. So, Cris, you're already teaching English to children. You're already now a leader at your church because your shyness is going away. I feel like you're living out your dream now, but what is your other dream regarding English? Or do you feel like you've achieved your goal and you're experiencing your dream? What is your dream?
My dream is to work with a translator.
Mm.
A translator to, how can I say, alive?
Wow. Okay, I understand exactly what you're saying. So
Yes,
basically,
this is
you
my
want to
dream.
be like, you want to interpret someone that only speaks English?
Yes, interpreters, the correct
I
word,
love
interpreters.
it. I
Yes.
love it. So, I have a friend, she's an interpreter. She knows
Mm-hmm.
sign language and she loves it. And then also in our family, do you know Jobson? Hey, Jobson, if you're watching this or listening
Yeah.
to it. Yeah. Jobson, that's what he does. He actually does
Oh,
that.
okay. I don't know.
Yeah. So, we talked earlier about we're really a family. So, again, if that's what you want to do, maybe talk to Jobson, see how he started.
Yes, I really
Jobson.
go to talk to him.
Yeah, I'm so happy. Good. Okay, so I am looking forward to you achieving that goal too. I want to see you achieve that goal. That's amazing. Now, let me ask you this. What do you think is the most important thing for an English learner to remember? Because students are watching this and listening to this conversation right now, and I know they're encouraged. So what would you tell them? What do you think, in your opinion, Cris, is the most important thing for an English learner to remember?
I think is to 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 work hard
Mm,
and to do this part with enjoy, not with obligation. Because
mm,
when you think it is an obligation, it is turned so hard. So
mm,
to feel more easier to enjoy this moment.
mm. I like that, man. Working hard, enjoying the moment, and don't make it
Yeah,
feel like an obligation. Wow.
yeah.
You know, some of my favorite students, I love you all. Some of my favorite students, one of the characteristics of my ideal student is someone that works hard. It's not the student that speaks the best or the student that gets the best grades on tests. It's the student that is willing to work hard, put in the
Yeah.
effort. So I love that you said that. And yes, you are one of my favorite students, of course. But yes, you work hard. I love it. So working hard, enjoying your studies, and not making it feel like an obligation. Now, this is what I want to ask you. It's similar to the last question, but I want you to think about yourself right now. I mean, I know you have the dream to be an interpreter, but you really are realizing so many dreams already right now, teaching English and leading groups at church. If you could tell yourself something, yourself from 2 years ago, when you first started studying with me, right? At the time, you were still shy, you weren't really confident. If you could say something to yourself back then, what would you say?
I would say to put all effort that's in your dreams, because when we are younger, we
Mm,
don't think in the future. You only think in that moment. So in this time, I tell to myself to put all effort what you want.
I love that. I love that. Working hard. And
Working
I'm really
hard,
enjoying
really
this
hard.
conversation. I really am. Okay, let me ask this. Now I'm gonna give you an opportunity. Again, Cris, you've been with me for a while, you know me well, but are there any questions that you have for me? This is your opportunity. Anything you want to ask me,
Oh my
that
goodness.
anything. It's your opportunity to ask me anything you'd like.
why you decided to teach into around the world, especially on YouTube?
Very good question. So, you know, I went to Korea to be a missionary English teacher. And I was in Korea as a missionary English teacher. And just like you, my profession before becoming an English teacher was I studied web design. So I was a web designer.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to Korea and I started teaching English. And I realized two things. I had a passion for teaching. And the second thing was I actually was good at it. Like, I didn't know before that I enjoyed it and that students were learning. I didn't know that I had that talent. And actually, the third thing too, I've always loved helping people. Always loved helping people. So what happened, Cris, honestly, when I started teaching English in Korea, I loved helping my Korean students. And if you're Korean watching this, annyeonghaseyo. But I realized that I could help more people. And at that time, YouTube was popular. It was around 2016, I think, is when I started like the very first video, either 17 or 16. And I realized, hey, if I put my lessons online, more people can learn, not just my students that I'm seeing in person when I was living in Korea. So to be very honest with you, Cris, the main reason I started a YouTube channel, the main reason I added my English lessons on YouTube was literally because I wanted to help more people. And for those watching, and I think you know me as well, I get excited when you all achieve your goals. Like, it literally makes me happy. Like, it's really genuine. Like, yes, like I tell my family, I tell my friends. So I really love helping people and I wanted to help people around the world. And YouTube just became this amazing platform that gave me the ability to help more people. And it's still an amazing platform to this day. So that's why I decided to do it.
Because we achieve our goal and you achieve your goal as well.
Very true. Very true. It's like a ripple effect. We all are achieving our goals. Very true. Do you have any other question? I'll get you to ask me one more question.
What is your dream for the future?
Wow, that's a great question. That's a great question. You know, okay, and I'll be open and honest with you. I've actually been thinking about that for a while. You know, honestly, Cris, if people look at my YouTube channel right now, like, it's very big, but I don't think about the numbers. I think about the people that I'm able to touch and help achieve their goals. Especially when I get to know people like you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my main goal is to help 1 billion English learners. That's a very, very large number, but that is my dream. And what's been happening recently, Cris, I realized that I can't do it alone. Just me, right? Just me, it's impossible. I have the passion and the desire, but I realized the only way I can do it is if I train other teachers to teach the same things that I'm teaching in the same methods. Okay. So my biggest dream is to specifically help English teachers that are second language English teachers. For example,
my God.
Right? I don't want to just help Americans because, yes, we speak English, but I've heard so many other English teachers from Brazil, from Korea, they're like, Tiffani, we want to help our students, but we're not American. We don't know what you all know. So my biggest dream, honestly, is to train thousands upon thousands of specifically English teachers that live in other countries and teach them the same thing that I'm doing. And then what'll happen is they'll touch 1,000, 10,000 different English students, and constantly that number will grow. So that's my goal, like to build this huge thing that will help English learners around the world. So even if I die, it'll still continue. I don't want it to stop. I want it to continue to go. So that's really my I don't think I've ever said that on video before, but yes, that's my biggest dream right now.
Yes, very good, teacher.
Yeah, I think that.
Excellent.
Yeah, thank you. That was a good question. It was a good question. Well, Cris, I really, really enjoyed this conversation with you.
It's my pleasure.
Cris, I know the students and those watching and listening to this conversation also enjoyed it. Do you have any final thoughts, anything you'd like to say before we end?
Only to thank you, because you have this dream and you put your dream in the paper, and it can be true right now for other people. So thank you, only thank you.
It's truly my pleasure. I'm very grateful for you as well. I'm honored to be your teacher. Cris, thank you so much, and we'll talk again soon, hon.
Bye bye, teacher. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye, hon.